Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Director of Football Challenge with Livorno. Now in today's episode we are going to face Palermo at home, and to be honest with you, we've had a beautiful start to this season. So after the initial draw against Perugia at the start of this season, we followed that up with an unfortunate 2-0 defeat at home to Fiorentina. Victor Claesson gave them the lead in the 34th minute, then Gibril Sau doubled their lead in the 67th. Albertazzi got himself sent off in the 86th minute just for good measure. And yeah, a disappointing defeat. We then had a home tie against AC Milan, which we went and won. Gasparo gave us the lead in the 46th minute. Mangano, our young central midfielder, who I will be showing you the improvements from our youngsters in particular just after this section. Nabil Fekir got a goal in the 94th minute to bring... it wasn't even like a bit of a scare because 94th minute was the last kick of the game and we got away with another win. Another win? The first win. We then went away to Champions League Sampdoria, bear in mind. They finished second or third last season and we managed to draw with them a 1-1. Roberts Velps gave them the lead in the 75th minute, but Marcelo Trotta got us a goal in the 89th and secured a really, really good point. We then had a home game against Atalanta and we managed to win this one. Edin Visca gave Atalanta the lead in the 27th minute, but Belanzuoli, our other youngster, got us a goal in the 47th, and Shea Bacassa doubled that in the 59th minute and gave us the narrow 2-1 win. And then probably one of the most undeserved victories of this save, for our favour for once, was away from home against Sassuolo. They went 2-0 up through Musa Silla and Alan Saint-Maximin. But we then got goals back. Barbaros in the 34th minute, an own goal in the 61st, David Agazi in the 75th, and a double in 2 minutes from Marcelo Trotta in the 88th and 89th minute gave us a 5-2 victory. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this might be probably the biggest victory we've had in Serie A. And after that run of games, a fantastic start by us. We are currently in 8th position, 3 wins, 2 draws and 1 defeat in those 6 games on 11 points. We are so close to the top, really, in terms of second place. We're only 3 points away from that. And we are 9 points away from 18th place to Brescia. So we should be absolutely fine in terms of relegation once again this season if form continues like this. Obviously, we could easily go the next 10 games getting defeated every single game and be dragged straight back into it. But as things stand, we are definitely vying for a mid-table finish, at least. So in terms of the squad, in terms of who's been playing for me, as we'll see by selection info, Belanzuoli, the young right back, has played pretty much every game and he's got 1 goal and 4 assists, averaging a 7.37 so far this season. And out of all of them, he's been progressing the most in training. His physicals are shooting up. They're going to be absolutely fantastic once he reaches his potential. The mentals as well. Obviously, the technicals is the weakest part of his game and that's where I want to see the most improvement. But for right now, he's doing unbelievable. Salerno has made 6 appearances and 1 from the bench. He did have a small injury in the last game, so he did actually start on the bench. And now, he's not better than Ginelli, who will be my usual starting centre-back alongside Bogdan. But what's the point in playing Ginelli when he's not going to improve? And this guy has a lot of potential with 19 determination as well. So you can imagine he is going to make it, regardless of what his upper limit is. And the one who's played the least is definitely going... Where is he? I can't find him. Mangano, he started 3 games and made 4 substitute appearances. We've got that many good central midfielders that he'd not necessarily guaranteed to start. But again with the others, he hasn't progressed. He's probably been the least progression based apart from the other 2. But he is only 16 years old, so plenty of time for that, for improvement. And I'm going to continue giving all 3 of them plenty of game time. And this is going to be the starting 11 for today's game. Antonio Adan, who is wanted by Everton, by the way. So you might see some January transfer window action for our goalkeepers again this season. Belanzuoli, Ginelli, Salerno and Gasparo would be in our defence. Bogdan is currently injured. Agazi, Barbaros and Lolo in the centre with Galvan, Shea Bacassa and Trotta leading the line. Now, Galvan and Garitano are the 2 main areas where the battle is between them 2. And Garitano is getting the start for my assistant, but I want to start him because of his potential and the fact that he is our player. He's not a lone player. So Palermo have started this season incredibly well, just like us. They were currently sitting in 6th position at the beginning of today's game with us in 8th. They've got the likes of Mario Balotelli and players like that. We'll have a look at the squad a little bit once it comes back up. But yeah, they've got some good players. Shea Bacassa's in behind after a big kick up from Antonio Adan. And what is it with the one-on-ones with those strikers? They just can't seem to find the back of the net when they're in one-on-one. But a good save by their keeper and a little bit of a let-off for Palermo. But yeah, as you can see, they've got Lo Faso, who's an absolutely fantastic player playing for them. Same with Mario Balotelli. And there we go. Slobodan Rajkovic give Palermo the lead after a corner. Disappointing to concede from a set piece, because that is something we can control through tactics. So it's not necessarily the player's fault, but completely unmarked at the back post. And then Rajkovic has got the easy job, really, of sticking it in the back of the net. So disappointing to find ourselves 1-0 down inside 15 minutes. But hopefully we can bounce back, straight back. Bellinzuoli to Agazi on the edge. He takes a strike. Two times asking. That's all you need to do with David Agazi. Ask twice and he'll get you a goal. So it was a throw in high up the pitch by Gasparo. It falls to Bellinzuoli, who plays it back to Agazi. And at the second time of asking, hits the post. And it goes in. Absolutely fantastic goal. The lead did not last long for Palermo and we're back in it. Another highlight now. Another throw in high up the pitch on this left-hand side. Gasparo cuts in. And he can't get his shot on target. Agazi now in the centre high up the pitch. Galvan back to Agazi. Shea Picasso on the edge. Takes a strike and it goes just wide. But we are dominant in this match actually. Looking at the stats, we have definitely having the better of this game. And I think we'll be a little unfortunate going in 1-1. But Trotter's through behind after Bellinzuoli's big kick up. And Pozovec is keeping them in this match. Highlight now going in the first half. Balotelli with a free kick. Antonio Adan saves it. Please get that challenge in. Thank God for that. They did not deserve to go in 2-1 up in front. Look at them stats. 14 shots to their 4. 7 on target to their 3. 65% possession. We are really, really dominating this match. And I really hope for 3 points. And we kick off this second half shooting from right to left this time. Come on lads. We're dominating this game. Let's seal this win. Shea Casa is not having the greatest of games, so I am going to get Samuel Longo on. He hasn't actually played any fixtures so far for us, but we're going to go with the double pressing forward formation, which did serve us okay in our first season in Serie A. I think I played Shea Casa and Rajkovic in both of them roles, so we'll see how it falls with Longo and Trotter. Highlight now another corner for Palermo, and they scored from a corner the first time and they've scored from a corner the second time. Eddie Nahor getting the goal from them this time. It looked like it was Salerno marking at the front post, which is always an issue. He's probably conceded. It's probably cost us a few goals so far this season. The young 18-year-old or 17 or 16, however old he is. But that's just what you're going to get when you play the youngsters. 15 minutes to go. We are going to make some changes. We're going to get Lorenzo Lolo off, and we're going to bring on Domenico Mangano, our other youngster, to see if he can make any difference whatsoever. Can we get rid of this ball and it not be a Palermo highlight, please? Galvan plays Trotter down the left-hand side. He beats the man to the ball, which is a little bit surprising. He's not the fastest. And that is the referee's going over the VAR. I don't know why. It's a penalty review. I thought that was outside the box. Surely. Is that a free kick or a penalty? Is he going to give it? I have no idea. It's a free kick to... I was going to say, I didn't think it was a penalty. Another highlight. Balotelli with a free kick on the edge. He hits the bar this time. And it goes back out. Going to make our final sub actually. We're going to get Albertazzi on for Gasparo. Albertazzi has been an attacking force for us in the past, so maybe he can do it again towards the end of this game. Oh my god, that was very, very close. Antonio Adan keeps that one out. And we'll keep it at 2-1, but it looks like... We've went very attacking, we've changed things up, but it looks like it's going to be... We're going to get beat. And it's a little bit undeserved in my opinion, particularly after our first half performance. But we should have put the game out of sight in the first half through our dominance. Palermo definitely came back into it more in the second, and we followed our second defeat of the season. So after that defeat, we are in 9th position, but there's a lot of teams with games in hand on us. Palermo, where are they? They rise to 2nd after that win, so brilliant win for them. They of course got promoted at the same time we did, so I'm pleased to see them there. Pescara no longer in the league. I'll be keeping an eye out for them in Serie B. So depending on how the fixtures go over the course of the next 5 or 6 games or so, if we have a great run of fixtures, we're going to come back for the Napoli game at home and test our mettle against one of the best sides in the league. But if we return to what you would consider normal form for us, I'm just going to skip past that. I'm going to go all the way to Crotone in December, just before the January transfer window. Anyway, if you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like, and if you enjoy my content, get yourself subscribed. But until next time, take it easy.